Hello, hello, Stephanie Zima talking to you this week about seasonal depression. So many of us are really bogged down by the season and by all this mental load that actually comes with it. Not only does it get dark and, we're probably low on vitamin D, but there's so many other factors as well. Now, symptoms of seasonal depression would be sleeping longer, craving carbohydrate foods, and the sugar cookies are not really helping. All that sugar that we are consuming in the season is not helping when you are already feeling low. You have no energy, you're feeling worthless and guilty. You just have a lot of pressure with maybe financial pressures, or maybe also like how to get everything done, or feeling maybe a little bit judged by knowing that the family or the in-laws are going to come over, all that stuff. So all of these things that make you sleep longer and have you craving more foods and just kind of like feeling blah, that is called seasonal depression. Now, seasons are really a little bit normal, okay? And yes, we can go to the doctor. Now, you should be going to the doctor if you have thoughts of suicide, or if it's really, really bad. But if you're just feeling just kind of like blah and out of sorts, I want you to know that that is somewhat normal. Okay, it's a cycle of life. It's the fact that when every year has a springtime, summertime, a winter time, and a fall time and a winter time, right? I mean, fall and winter. And it's the cycle of life. And this is important because when you're looking at it as seed, a seed springs up in the springtime and just kind of like emerges a little bit, and then you water it and it grows and it's blooming and it's fabulous and it's fun, and all that stuff is happening in the summertime. In the fall time, it's just kind of like still okay. We all here in my region, we have Indian summers and they're beautiful and we all love it, and the leaves are changing and all that stuff, so everybody is still in a good mood. And then bam, it gets cold. And usually what happens when it gets cold, you're coming inward and you're looking inward, right? And that's when your feelings can get really badly triggered. Now, how do you get through this? How do you get through this time? I mean, first is the awareness that that is really normal. I mean, that cycle will come back over and over and over. And sometimes these cycles are even coming back within a month. Sometimes these cycles are within a week, right? Or even in a day sometimes. Like, it all depends what your circumstances are, but the seasons is just something that will happen to you all the time. Now, how do you get through this? Because nobody wants to feel depressed, right? We don't want to feel depressed. Medication is not always the solution, right? Sometimes it could be, but I personally believe that walk it free, it being the root causes of the triggers, it being why do you feel, you know, why do you feel bad? Why do you feel hopeless? Why do you feel guilty? Why do you feel like, what is behind the feeling? What is the thought that is creating the feeling? And then where is that come from? Where's that thought come from? Where's the thought that whatever it is that you're thinking coming from in your paradigm, and does it still apply to you? So many of us are not aware what our paradigm is. Our paradigm is our computer system that we're running subconsciously in the background. It's how we grew up. It's the things that we observed while being with other people, the things that we experienced. And it's so complex because every single one of us is different, and we had different experiences, and we had different people with us with on their had different experiences. So that's why I'm so passionate about the one-on-one mentorship and the one-on-one coaching, really, because you can really dive into what has been uniquely going on for you, right? And you can really help create ripples when you can help you. So that's why, so just on the side, that's why I'm so passionate about it. But back to depression. So what are you going to do? So you have to get to the it. What is the it factor? What is the it thing that you need to walk free? Then you need to make a roadmap. Okay. So let's say, for an example, you are feeling completely overwhelmed with it's 2 weeks away from Christmas. You have to figure out multiple children, multiple Christmas presents. You have to figure out wrapping paper. You have to move the elf. You, you have to like do a gazillion different things for that. Stocking stuffers, figuring out what store, and on top of it, you're feeling financial pressures, right? Anybody feel me on that? Yes. Um, So when you have that, the way how you work with this problem, because it is a problem that is pretty normal. It's what's going to happen every year when you have kids, right? Um, so the way how you work with this is every single thing that you have to do, you put on a piece of paper. Just dump it, brain dump, right? Whatever it is in there, no rhyme, reason, order, whatever. Just write it all down on one big sheet of paper. Then you take a look at all these things and you start structuring it, you creating a roadmap. Think about it. You would not take, if you are living in Chicago, you wouldn't just randomly go to South Carolina. You would figure out what are my stops in between, how long am I going to go and drive, when do I need to make potty breaks, when do I need to make food breaks, when do I need to go and get gas, and where do I need to stay overnight. And then you road map your trip. And that is the same principle that you can apply to your life. You have to road map your life. You have to road map your next week, your next 2 weeks, your day. Okay, all the way till your day. And that is where you gain control. Okay, you're going to gain control. And when you have that roadmap, then you can say, okay, am I going to be able to do it by myself, or can I recruit somebody? Okay, can I recruit the husband to pick up certain things? Can I recruit the children to do some of the cleaning? Can I recruit and outsource someone else, hire a cleaning lady to clean before your holiday? Whatever it is, or do Instacart to do some of the shopping for you. Who can you recruit into your team of task doers? When you have that roadmap, you just become to be in control. And when you are in control, you are going to feel hope. You're going to see the progress and you're going to have the light on the end of the tunnel. When you are depressed, usually the problem here is that you don't see the end. You don't see and you just see how you feel right now, right in front of you and right within you. You don't see what is going on later on. You don't see any of that. You are only going to see what you've got going on here right now. Okay. And when you brain dump all your ideas and you develop this progress roadmap, you are starting to put that light out there and you are going to feel more energy. So that's what you need to do. Now, if you cannot do that by yourself, this is why coaching and mentorship is so important. Whether or not you're doing it with me or you're finding yourself somebody else, you need to have somebody who can walk with you through that journey and take these action steps in. When you are dealing with depression, medication is one way, but medication is just putting the band-aid on. You really need to take a look of what underlying thoughts you have that cause that depression, and that hopelessness and that worthlessness and all that stuff. And what are you lacking? Because you're usually lacking needs. Your needs are not being met. Maybe you need to build more assertiveness skills. Maybe you need to be clearer about your boundaries. Maybe you need to be more communicative with what you are needing in your life. Maybe you just need to take time to actually reinvent yourself. I remember it was really hard from being a stay-at-home mom to transition back into working life. It was really, really, really hard. And I felt I've never really like thought I had depression, but the more I dive into the material and learn for you guys, I was like, yeah, I totally had depression. Like I totally wanted to nap all the time. I felt exhausted all the time. And it was really mentally taxing. So you need to embrace a transformation, and you need to allow yourself and be also forgiving, right? Like if you are in the middle of a life transition, you need to know that that is okay to sometimes take a nap, and that you like, even if you transition now from the fall time to the winter time, and the time change is a physical time change, maybe sometimes you just need to say, you know what, there's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 days that I'm just going to sit down with my kids, snuggle them, and watch movies. And that's okay too, right? Don't like completely fall off the wagon, but allow yourself some time to possibly even go to bed early or something, right? So give yourself a transition period. You're not expected to do anything other than what you expect from yourself. See, and when you have perfectionism, and when you are having codependency issues, and like whatever is going on for you, like if you're feeling constant pressure and stress, you need to ask yourself, are you putting that stress upon you? Do you really believe that? Or is it just something that is running in your subconscious paradigm? When I did that work, it changed everything for me. I was able to walk free from a lot of expectations that my parents had on me back then that I personally don't agree with. Um, and I made my own rules. I started to understand that my own rules were much better than just like rules from someone that are probably not even conscious that they even made those rules. Because, see, this is what you need to understand. This is not about pointing fingers or blaming anybody. This is literally about just awareness that people act based on their paradigm. And sometimes you are reacting to their paradigm and it's not even meant to be anything. It just is. It just is. So every adult has to kind of work through this part of personal development, of personal growth, to identify, do I what do I have? What do I believe? What's my belief system? What are my thoughts? How are my thoughts making me feel? And how are my feelings making me act? And if something is misaligned there, if something is not the way how you want it, then that is something you need to fix. Okay. You need to realign it by becoming clear. Then you need to take the action. And from that, you're going to get the result that you're desiring. All right. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you want more. Please make sure you check out the link in the comments here or in the description box or wherever, and join me in my community. Or, even maybe if you are looking for mentorship, check out my website, or just even book a meet and greet session with me to kind of see if we can match, right? Or if I can help you. So I hope this was helpful, and I wish you a wonderful, warm season of Christmas and holidays, whatever it is that you are celebrating. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, all the things. So I love you all, and we'll see you soon.